Okay, since I'm live now, I am just here hanging out with my phone and thought I would try and do some kind of live show. I'm trying to feel productive. I went to a barbecue on Sunday and ended up staying a couple extra days camping out, and I forgot my computer cord. And so now I'm like limited on what I can do as far as working online and stuff, and it's kind of driving me crazy. There's certain things I can't do, but at the same time, like in effort to keep from going crazy, I'm um, I'm trying out different stuff that I don't normally do. So, I'm using my phone and trying to use my tablet with the new Groovin Rhythms website and other stuff, and it's interesting because I'm seeing things from a different perspective that I don't normally. I usually use a laptop still, um, and I realize a lot of other people are on mobile devices all the time. And so this is giving me a good opportunity to look at that stuff and go, okay, what can be improved? Like, what would make this better? One of the things I was looking at was member profile pages. This is weird. I'm holding the phone different than I normally do, and so, like, I don't know how to turn my head and stuff. um, so, yeah, like, the member profile pages, I think they might be nicer if I move some things around. So, now that I'm looking at it on my phone, I wouldn't be, but I can't figure out how to fix it, like how to change it while I'm on my phone. So I still need the computer, but if I would have had the computer, I wouldn't have noticed these things. Sorry, I don't want to make anybody seasick. So, I don't know, I found a couple of things I might want to change. And I'm using the site differently, kind of, as a mobile user versus when I'm on the the computer. So that's interesting too. Um, just knowing that, it makes me wonder how other people. It may be. I don't know if it's because of me being on a mobile device versus being on a computer, or if it's just I'm looking at things a different way for other reasons. I mean, you guys probably use the site a lot different than I do. Um, because I'm working on like building the whole site all the time. But I don't know. How do you use the site? What main pages do you look at? Do you go to the home page for all your information, or do you find it off your own profile page? That's one thing that I'm wondering about, because I had always been looking to the home page for new information, and I think a lot of people do. I've noticed that before in searches that, the home page is a really popular page of the site. Whereas, like, if you go someplace like Facebook, like, you might go to Facebook.com, but if you're already logged in, you're not going to that page. You're, like, already going to a different page. Now, see, if you're like that on New Groove and Rhythms and you're logged in, you're on the home page still. It's just a different version of the home page. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just curious. I guess I could find more out about that. It said my broadcast was restarted. At least it saved the other one. Um. So yeah. Well, that was disruptive. I knew I should have gone outside for the better connection. Um. Way to ruin my train of thought, internet. Thanks a lot. So yeah, I just noticed with using my phone today that I was more like looking at my profile page, and I was thinking of too, like, you've got a lot of people that want to know more about social media and how it works. People are like, "Oh, you're so good with it. I need to learn how to do that." And I'm like, "I'll teach you." So if anyone wants to know how to, like, do any social media stuff and you don't already know, ask me, I'll help you. I was thinking then when I was looking at the site and looking at my profile page, like I could do videos or like do like live broadcasts about the different sections of your profile page and how to use each one to promote yourself, how to like get the word out about yourself and get people to notice you, pay attention to what you're saying, what you got going on, you know, that kind of stuff. So, the first thing is definitely I have a profile page on New Groovin Rhythms if you don't have one already. And step one when you get your new profile is to get a profile picture. People want to see some sort of picture. I mean, I understand not everyone wants to put the picture of themselves, and that's fine. Find something. Just don't leave the default, like, little stick guy. I drew that guy, and he's cool and everything, but you need to have some kind of picture to make yourself stand out from everybody else. And it drives me crazy with people that don't have pictures, because, like, that's what, you know, like, if you're not interested in being a part of the site, that's what that says to me. Like, spammers don't have a picture, you know, and people might like to hide behind their little stick guy, but find a picture of something. I mean, like, put a picture of your dog. I don't care. Just, you know, put something up there. So that's your first thing you should do. To put a picture, there's a couple of different ways you can do it, but if you're logged into the site, look on the right hand side of the site, right column, and you'll see some little icons, and there's a little picture icon that, like, there's, like, you can put, like, there's a music note one where you can upload music, there's a blog one, there's a photo one, there's a video one, there's a file one, there's a bulletin one. Anyways, there's a bunch of little icons, and click there, and that'll take you to where to upload photos. If you don't have Flash enabled, especially like if you're on a phone or something, you'll need to use the simple uploader, which there's a link to below the regular one. It'll tell you, like, that you need the latest version of Flash or something like that. It'll tell you, like, you can't use that one right now, it's not loading properly or something. Then just look for the link right below that for the simple uploader, and you can upload pictures like that. The only downside to the simple uploader is that your pictures don't automatically show up on the home page. So if you want them to show up on the home page after you upload your picture, go comment on it, and that'll bring it up on the home page. So, you know, those are some things you can do to get started. So you'll at least need a profile page with your picture. Then you can go, once you get that done, oh, and also, like, if you upload that way, I think you'll need to actually go in and make that your profile picture. So you go to that photo, and, like, when you're on the page with that photo, look for something that says, like, edit photo options, I think is what it says. Click that, and it'll give you an option to make that your profile photo. And if you need help, you can ask me. You can either send me a message or, like, something like that, or you can look for the chat on the site. If you're new to the site, when you're logged in, you should see a chat bar down at the bottom. On the bottom right of the site, it should say who's online, and underneath there you'll see a list of people online, and you can pull up a chat by clicking their name. If you don't see it there, you're probably using a device where it's not loading in the right place on the page. It's usually there somewhere on your page floating around. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can try different browsers, and that might help. An interesting browser is Puffin. Puffin is cool because it does all the Flash stuff that you can't usually use, like on Safari and stuff like that. But it doesn't always work the best. It's kind of newer, and it can be really buggy. So, but you can try different browsers, and sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. The chat usually for the most part, it always works on a computer. Once in a while it acts goofy and it doesn't, but there's a chat down there, and you can always talk to me on there and ask me questions if you see me online. And if you don't know about the chat or you need help figuring it out, ask me. But usually I try to get people that have joined the site, like, I'll usually send you a chat message just so you'll notice it. But sometimes, like I said, it could have problems coming up depending on what kind of browser you're using and stuff. So, But we want to get your profile set up. There's also all kinds of other things you can do with your profile page. You can change your background and all your colors to your fonts and things like that. Um, you have to be logged into, you have to go click your name in the upper right hand corner when you're logged in and go to your profile page that way. And then you'll see a profile editor on your page when you go to it. If there's other ways you go to your page, you won't be able to see that or use it. So always like to be sure you're on the right page to edit. Go to where you see your profile or your name up in the upper right hand corner of the site. And that'll take you where you need to go to find your profile designer.